Welcome. I'm Catriel C. Sarfati, and I'm joined here by a dear colleague that does not want to be called a playboy. We're starting and launching a very fun project here called Active Minds. It's thank you to Megan Shears and Anthony Agmian. And the idea of this conversation is, have you ever wanted to have a cool conversation, run an idea by someone? But, I mean, can you really get substance off of social media? Probably not. So the idea here is to invite people like Luka and run ideas by them, brainstorm a little bit, specifically decision making. So the what, the why, and most importantly, the how. Especially now, we're going to go over a little bit of creating your new normal. Not the fuzzy feeling, but more about the nitty gritty and how things are actually working. So we're going to approach life the way it is, not the way we want it to be. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce you to Luka. I could jokingly call him Luka the God. This man has traveled the world. He's lived in Bali. He's chosen Miami as his new home temporarily. And I'm going to let him tell you how much money he's making, because I don't want to get it wrong. I feel like I'm going to say less. And that's never the right etiquette. So welcome, Luka.
What's up, my man? How are you? Thank you for having me.
Absolutely, man. Finally get to have some cafecito with you.
Perfection. I love it.
So what brings you to Miami?
Man, I've been living in Bali now for 4 years. I'm from Slovenia. In Slovenia, it's all like a lot of greenery, Yeah. We go out in the woods and stuff like this. I've been 4 years in Bali, which is very like not Miami-like, right? It's
No,
just freaking nature and stuff, and everything is from bamboo, and you got super luxury places.
True.
But to be honest, I miss the road and the cars, bro. The road and the cars.
You can't drive your G-Wagon.
And then for a few years, I was okay with my Jeep and motorcycles, that and stuff. But now it's like, fuck. Next. What's next? If you, bro, I was running on the beach, and I was saying to myself, okay, so if I would now already be a billionaire, finished all my goals in my life, what would I be doing? What is like a stereotype? Oh, then you retire. Now you retire at 30 or 35, whatever, and you're living on a tropical island. You're spending days on the beach. You're going on these staycations and stuff like this. Okay, cool. What now? I was already there, but what now? Right?
Yeah,
Miami
I would
is
definitely love
like
to add some clips in there of his posts. He definitely shared a lot of his lifestyle over there in Bali.
Yeah, super lot.
Yeah, the yellow Jeep, right?
Yeah. So then I was like, okay, let's go to Miami now. What's the hottest place? Miami. Super nice. It's a perfect mix.
Speaking of, for example, we're all transplants in a way. Even Megan is joining us from Houston, right?
Yeah.
Houston. So,
oh, wow.
She's come a long way. So something that doesn't really happen, and I've noticed this, by the way, when I talk to people like you, and I have certain calibers of people, of conversations where we talk about different topics. Like, there's a time and place for everything. And one thing that I noticed, that as someone is doing better in life, it's more easy to have a conversation with them about how do you decompress? How do you take care of yourself? Have you noticed that?
Because first thing that you need to figure out in this monetary system that we live in is money, right?
Exactly.
So, but people look at money like a final thing. Okay, I'm going to have $2 million and then I'm going to be set for life, Or somebody needs that, or somebody needs that. But when you take care of the money, then you can start thinking of these things.
Mm-hmm.
But people take the whole lifetime to take care of this money. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They never start the second part of the journey. They're only just getting this money. But when you know inside yourself that you are the one that's been always producing this thing, nothing else, but just you, right?
Yeah.
It's your environment that you've been creating. Then you can be confident enough to do whatever you want. The biggest of the biggest projects, right? A lot of times you're taking on projects that many people around you would say, fuck, this is almost impossible. But to you, it feels like a walk in the park, You just know it just takes like these 2 years and then it's going to happen, right?
Yeah, that reminds me of your post. The other day you posted something about, like, if it's negative, if it's a distraction, I'm busy.
Yeah, right.
That's it. How are people reacting to that? Because, again, there's a certain type of person that sees that, appreciates it. Others that they think you're kind of stuck up.
To be honest, lately I'm more concerned how do I react to people, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Not how they react to me, right? So before if it was, I don't know, I'm giving an example. If it would be a bad date before, you would just be a gentleman, wait till the end, and then not call the girl again or something. I don't know, right?
Yeah.
But now, if you would have a bad, I don't even go on a bad date. You know what I mean? Like, it does not even happen. It doesn't exist in my environment. Everything that is just positive and great. So
have you heard of Alfred Adler before?
What's that?
So Alfred Adler is someone that idolized Socrates and Plato, and he has something called the Adlerian theory.
You're super smart, papi, huh?
I try.
Okay.
I like to read. Growing up a nerd, and one thing that stood out to me was this. He says that the way we approach life says a lot about us, right? Now, the reason your post stayed in here for me was this. He said we have 3 types of interpersonal relationships. We have work, love, right? And then friendships. And how we choose to show up for those literally define our life. The depth and distance we have. So, for example, my conversations with you, I would consider you a friend.
Yes.
This is not a work relationship.
From the first moment that you contact me, you were already my friend.
Exactly.
First of all, I love everything and everybody. Second of all, if you got good vibe, then I also want to be in your environment. And this I can spot immediately. You feel it immediately, right?
But you see what you just said? You didn't see me as a competitor, nothing. And because why? You're doing your own thing.
Papi, I started Forex mainly because I was like, bro, what the fuck is going on with these big boys that running their own academies, Lambos, everything. And then they are in their stories fighting and kind of like fighting with each other and throwing shit on each other. I was like, bro, what the fuck are you guys doing? So the whole industry had one problem. Now it's a little changed. I don't know if I had be a factor in it, but definitely I became a big boy very fast. And I also was doing these podcasts and stuff, and I was hanging with people that are on a level, and I was just being a fucking friend. We never did no business with none of them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And some of them were my competitors. Some of them were like, of course, like it's normal. If we're doing the same things in the same environment, we're kind of like competition. But they were all friends, and that was my main motivator to just tell everybody, fuck off, man. Why are you guys fucking fighting? You have $1 million in your pocket. You're driving a Lambo. You're considered the top dog of the industry. Why are you guys not happy, So just be happy, right?
If someone were to listen to this right now, and we're going to definitely go nuts. I want this to reach some ears. The reason I'm bringing that up is because something that you ever heard the crabs in a bucket example? In Spanish, it's like,
when they're pulling each other down. Yeah,
it's
like, what the fuck
quítate tú pa
is going on?
ponerme
It
yo.
doesn't make sense. I know.
So that's what I've noticed is that people in your situation don't even, that doesn't make sense to them.
It's like it's even hard to talk about it because now I have to describe something that does not exist in me. My mind would never even think about it. I see a successful person, and I'm like, okay, what resources this guy have, and how I can plug mine and his, and make something out of it, right?
Actually, speaking of, that's like you're the thing. Can I say it?
No.
The TV thing.
Yeah.
So that's, for example, why I was excited for you with the Bravo thing that you're talking about.
Yeah, because you're gonna get some too, Of course.
So think about it.
That's
like
the point.
You're sitting there, right, with these crypto bros, everything. You're the Forex guy. You're the e-commerce guy. You normally, most people would just like, meh. You're like, come on.
And crypto is better than e-commerce. No, e-commerce is better. I'm like, what the fuck?
Everybody
I don't care, bro. I don't care. If you got a good system and it's nice, cool, I can participate too, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not doing just one thing. I don't identify myself with a business, which growing up in network marketing industry, all these hustler leaders were teaching us, if you're not loyal to one fucking company and one product, then you're a fucking scam and bullshit and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, oh, sorry that I discovered something better. People develop and we do better things. You can come with me now. We can all be doing many things, different things, enjoying, evolving, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
But the ego construct of this society is keeping people identified with one thing. I am a truck driver. What are you? When I walked in, it said, all I saw was automation. And I think that you did what was my dream to do, just have the whole fucking thing, all the industries, and having collaborations with the best people, and just,
You will.
Probably
you've
got
good
reason,
friends,
right? That's what I'm saying.
You got good friends.
That's what I'm saying. Just the vibe creates it. And the girl today from Bravo was asking me like, what makes me so special? I said my vibe, you know, because my vibe is I only think about what I want.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes if I think about what I don't want, I let go very fast, you know, and just start thinking about the things that I want, and then I'm in a good mood. That's why I always say your number one job is to feel good. If you're gonna feel good, guess what? You're gonna be nice to your wife, nah? You're gonna buy her flowers because it's such a nice day, right? It doesn't matter if you know how she's acting. It doesn't matter what the person on the other side did. If you feel great, somebody can tell you fuck you, and you're like fuck you too, you know. But if you feel shit, somebody tells you hello, and you're like fuck you, motherfucker. Mind your own business.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So it's just like the way you feel, that's what you're gonna attract. And you and me feel abundant, and bro, most of the time I'm not attracting cash. You know what I mean? Like I'm not attracting now so much money as much as I'm attracting happiness and love and abundance and just like I don't know, freaking Art Basel, Alec Monopoly show. You cannot get in. I fly to Miami, sit in an Uber, drive there, and I go, bro. Oh my God, bro. We were in VIP. Immediately. We went out when everybody else was walking in. There was 300 people at the door. Please, 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 can we go in? Philippine Monopoly, let's go, let's go. And we were like, bro, I don't like it here. Let's go home. You know what I mean?
I do
My
know what
vibe,
you mean.
bro, I don't care.
I got in so a few years ago, I was doing something for an airline. And I thought I got the really crazy idea to get some amazingly attractive people. And I put them in an outfit. And we were talking about giving people the red carpet experience. So we went out there with a red carpet to Wynwood, to the airports. We got kicked out, by the way.
So what did you do?
We were giving us Swiss chocolates with champagne and sparkling.
You throw the red carpet?
We're throwing out the red carpet to people. Like if I saw you, I'd throw out the red carpet. The stewardesses would come and be
like a prank.
Kind of.
But like a nice thing. Like, hey,
nice thing.
Here for you, my friend.
I wanted to give people a taste of first class. Then
wow,
we met this
that's
guy.
Good. That's so nice.
We got a guy at the airport who loved us so much. He said, I'm one of the art directors for Art Miami. And we got him for free. They gave us a filming crew.
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
And then we got to see the installments. We got to meet Pamela. By the way, Pamela, thank you so much, Art Miami. Pamela Cohen is actually one of the owners of Art Miami. So thank you so much for your hospitality. I can never say thank you enough. And that's what I mean. Like that's what I appreciate about what you're saying. And one of the things that I would love to dissect is I know how I got here, right? I know how I got here to this way of how I approach things. How did you get there? Like, what did that look like? Was there a time in your life that you said...
there was not like a big breakthrough.
Okay.
No.
So there was baby steps.
It's baby steps all the time.
What was the turning point?
But baby steps is like... I constantly believe that everything is possible and and I like everything, you know, so everything seems nice. I see something, I want to do this business now, you know, and immediately I formulate a product out of it. Or if I sit with you, like I can figure out like where the money is laying around and nobody's selling a product out of it, and we create a product out of it and sell it, you know, or
yes.
like because there is so many things. You see, I can go now with this, right? That's what's up. So
okay, and that's exactly. So before I go on to the next part, I'm not gonna let you off. I'm not letting you off the hook, dude. You created you manifested, whatever word we want to say, nomenclature aside, for yourself. You're the way that you approach life. How did you arrive there? If you met a bitter person tomorrow, and you were willing to give them the time, what's your how did you get there, man? How did you decide to not let how things work get in your way? Because you make businesses out of problems that you keep finding. You can't help yourself.
Yeah,
that's why you're like in 52 businesses right now. Why?
I don't know, man. I think it was ego, you know.
Good. Good. I'm glad that you're honest about that.
Yeah, I think it was ego to just, you know, as kids we try to be different, better, left and right, and then you know, like I don't know, just an example. If your friends went out to play football and they didn't call you, you know what I mean?
Yes.
Right. So you know, it's like, what do you need to be valuable? You know, what do you need to be valuable?
Self-worth.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Now we know it. But otherwise, it's good if you have resources. You know, that guy had scooter, this guy had this. I didn't have so much material things. You know.
Okay.
So I had to be of value somehow. You know what I mean? And that's how I was able to always hang out with. Bro, I started working for a direct sell company at 18. No, not. I wanted to say like at 20 we were already. No, at the same year we were already on the boss's yacht with the minister, some guy from
Holy shit.
France going from Split to Juar, I think, or something like this.
Yeah.
Because they had a business meeting on a fucking yacht. They pick us up on a riva, and this didn't even happen because I was a top producer. I was a top producer, but I was also a friend of his son, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, of course, how I would now be a friend of his son if the son is the son of a billionaire and he's a fucking G, you know what I mean? He dresses a little different, he talks a little different, but man, I appreciate the greatness, you know what I mean? And it also helps with the connection. And
There's a radical honesty to you that I've appreciated since we first met.
use your resources, man.
Yeah, it's funny because when I use the word in Spanish, ambición, ambition, is used negatively. Really weird. It's never made sense to me. But the radical honesty to you is the leverage. Is always a leverage, but specifically your approach is always about the win-win-win.
Now, see, you figure it out right now. The leverage. This is the key, right? Because how to be of value. You know what I mean?
How do you know? No. Let me rephrase
How to be
this.
of value, but you now don't have trucks. So how did you make the trucking business? You don't have trucks. Yeah, you leverage somebody
Now we're
else's
getting
trucks.
there. Yeah, keep going.
You leverage the investors' money sitting around. You leverage the VAs that fucking don't have jobs now in Corona. You know what I mean? Like, however you turn it,
Yeah.
you leverage everything, and you just put the pieces together, and then just one is lifting another, and at the end.
So I wanted to touch on something, and I hope that it's okay with everybody here. Something that comes up right now as the economy is shifting is, a lot of these advice columns are focusing on like update your resume, save your cash, things like that. It sounds like your approach is similar, but on a grander scale. You're not updating your resume, you're crafting a new offer. Is that kind of where you're going with this? Like in terms of
Like
your career?
You're thinking like getting better in one thing instead of leveraging
Well,
others?
no, as the economy shifts, like you're always going to have that person who loses their mind. Oh my God, like the Chicken Little, right? And then you have someone else that says like, oh, well, what are you going to do? And then you have another person that's like, oh my God, opportunity.
Yeah.
I got rich off the last recession.
Yeah, me too.
That's when I made the most
Also.
money ever in my life. I didn't know what to do with it. I was a complete moron and an asshole about it. My head got very big.
You did some right decisions, man.
Exactly. So if someone right now is hearing this and they're thinking, well, Luka, that's great. You figured out your way.
But
What are some ways that you think that you
so-
see working?
So if you constantly need to believe that it is possible, everything is possible.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, I mean, it's not even so hard to believe now that everything is possible, because if somebody already did it, like, why couldn't you? You know what I mean?
Well, that is a mindset, right? And it's funny because I'm starting to get really annoyed at that word, because mindset is just a perspective, your approach, right? Who
Mindset.
is someone that you've met recently that you admired their approach to life?
I think Jason Stone, millionaire mentor. To be honest,
Small
I know him
world.
for years, but,
Small world.
But like that, yeah.
Yeah.
Because he's like so well rounded, you know, like family, business. He's like, he doesn't have. I feel like he doesn't have ego in business, you know.
Jason, another shout out now. Yeah, I actually we go way back. Jason is actually one of the reasons that we were one of the first group of motivation accounts on Instagram back in 2009, 2010. So I've known Jason that long. Even when you use your fake name, dude. I'm glad you stopped doing that, by the way. Yeah.
What was the fake name?
Oh shit! I wish I could go back to the Telegram. He had like some fake name he was using with us for a little bit, and then eventually he told us who he really was. He had Treadstone Performance at the time, and he's kicking ass. In fact, you're still kicking ass. So huge shout out to you, Jason.
My man.
And his approach is, I gotta say, you're absolutely right. His approach is always like, where's the money? Where's the people? Where's the product?
Straightforward and nice and.
Yeah, but you get there. You don't just wake up like that. Like Jason
You have to
got
be-
there because he's always looking for the leverage. Yes, but specifically,
See, that's what I'm saying. No
he
ego.
had a goal though.
No ego, you know.
But that's always how it works. Like he's like, I want to get my wife a range.
Yeah.
I want to get myself a Lambo. I want to get myself a house.
That's another.
That's his goal.
That's another big one, you know. Like it's for me. For me, I feel I deserve it, you know. Like, I'm like, yo, what the
Yeah.
fuck, What's going on? Please.
Why do you think the
Manifest.
average person doesn't think they deserve
it's due, because it's due, and it's not that you're being pretentious. The more we are going with spirituality and religion, or however the higher knowledge,
Mm-hmm.
or is guiding us just towards that we are part of everything. Everything is part of us, and all we are doing right now is we are being afraid to let go of the limits that we are seeing around us,
Mm-hmm.
and go into our limitless state of being everything. But my ex-girlfriend had a little didn't love the spirituality this aspect of it, because it's like, oh, Luka, but then we're not gonna be together anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I was like, yes, with ego, it's like we're not gonna be together, but you gotta understand that we're gonna be the most together we could ever be. You know what I mean? Because we're gonna be one. You know what I mean? Makes sense?
It reminds me.
Maybe it doesn't answer that, but it has.
It reminds me of something that I learned along the way. A good friend of mine, and I'm actually going to introduce. I'm going to show you who he is. His handle is Juice. Hugo. He's a fucking awesome rock star real estate developer out of California, and he was a former. He's okay for me saying this, by the way. He's a former gangbanger turned real estate developer, and he's the one that taught me, man. Like, if your home is not in order, your business is in shambles, and how you do anything is everything.
Yeah, that's so big, man.
So when it comes to how you did it, I'm guessing you made a few mistakes along the way at home.
All the time, right? So, no, that's how we learn.
The lumps and bumps along the way.
Yeah, I had serious relationships all my life. Everybody thinks I'm a playboy, but always serious relationships.
You're not a playboy.
No, not.
So you're going on the record right now.
No, but like you gotta understand that if it's like if I got a girl, you got a girl, right?
Yeah.
The 3-4 years, but then when I'm single, what am I supposed to do now? Like I scan the market, go through the shit to get to the diamonds, and choose my next better half. Now, how do you say a girl is a better half, right?
So that's
You know what I
your
mean?
approach to business.
Right? It's the same approach to business. Yeah,
So when it comes,
go
speaking
through
of
the shit to get to the
speaking
diamonds.
of, I'm definitely going to put you on the spot right now. So you've tested the waters with different ones. At least 2 or 3 of them have just given you the most success and reward. What are those?
Businesses.
Yeah, which is there like a sector that you've noticed? Damn, this is amazing.
Network marketing.
Network marketing.
Yes, I'm not in it anymore for many years.
Really?
But
You just gonna sell me Herbalife?
like I'm talking about like the whole concept, the whole concept of
People.
yeah, it's like if you're a kid and you don't have resources, you don't have money, nobody taught you nothing, what are you gonna do now? Now, yeah, okay, today we buy courses and stuff like this, but you know how it was like 10 years, 15 years ago? To buy a course, you had to go to this special seminar, and it was awful, and people were saying that you're gonna be jumping on tables now and stuff like this, like weird stuff, right?
Yeah.
But now you can buy a course and you can learn these things. But what was I saying?
One of the things in terms of the people business, you've seen success with the people business.
So when you would, let's say, need to start your career, you need to know sales, you need to know people's relationships, you need to know what drives the sale, what is marketing, you know what I mean? Like that you need to find the need and the problem and all these things that you and me know, bro. You don't learn on the street, you know what I mean? And to learn this like a fucking fast track, network marketing. Your upline is fucking making $1 million a year, and he goes in the trenches with you and takes you by the hand and knocks the doors with you, or cold calls, or presents to your friends, so you don't have bro, they teach you everything, and they drill and fucking rehearse. It is a good thing. It is a good thing.
Structure and systems.
Structure and freaking systems.
Structure and systems.
And it's like in 2 years you gather 20 years of experience, 100%. If you just go and push it, right?
Whoa, wait. If you're watching this and enjoying it, press pause for a second. Go to activemindsclub.com. Again, activemindsclub.com.
Here you will have membership access to our exclusive networking events, as well as behind-the-scene access to our guests where you yourself can ask them questions.
Not to mention, at these events and in the community. You're going to have access to the very mentors that are here sitting with us, as well as many, many more that are doing cool things in stocks, marketing, cars, real estate, where we're going to have you have access to education, insights, how-tos, all things that you can apply to your life and business. So allow me to summarize a little bit of the nuggets that you're sharing with us here. Is that if you've got no resources, what Lucas is stressing, and I'm definitely seeing the fruits of his labor here, is focus first on what your place is, whether it be your family dynamics, your social circles. One thing that Luka has definitely mastered is wherever he goes, he focuses on the people around him and how can he bring them something of benefit. Mind you, here's the caveat though. Every time he's doing that, he's looking for a win-win-win. When I first met Luka, one of the things that I loved about him was like, hey, I want to achieve X. I need your help so that we can get Y. And I give you credit for that. I thought that was very smooth. The first time that we did our conversation recorded for you was that. And something else that he's bringing up, and I'm glad that you're saying it, by the way, because I feel like a broken record saying this. He is always looking at problems for what they are. Something to be solved, a puzzle. And when you find a puzzle, something that Luka has expressed even before this conversation was, what if it works? And I got to say, yes, self-worth is going to affect that. But if you take all that stuff aside and you just look at, hey, I'm really good at X, and there's a problem, what can I contribute? So, for example, one thing I enjoy about your process with Shopify specifically, you're not a programmer. You're not any of that stuff.
I'm not good at this at all, yeah.
Exactly.
What I am the best at is marketing and sales.
I got to give you props, yes.
And
you can
this
sell
is
your ass
marketing
off.
and sales, right?
You can sell your ass off.
Online
Have you considered becoming a gigolo down here? There's a market.
Shut up. What's going on?
but and then the other part to that is, in summary, is in terms of, the leverage. The leverage is not going to be a negative thing. So leverage, for example, could be, Luka has a project and I happen to make widgets that make it happen. Luka, here you go. Okay, so leverage is a lot different than what people are thinking about.
And another thing that's always made me successful, I never charge until I started doing Forex.
Mm-hmm.
I never, not started doing Forex, but I started my academy because I was trading 2 years before.
Yes.
I never sold nothing of my resources. Ever. So you meet me and you go like, let's do business together. You got what I need. It does not cost 50 grand. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If it's my resource that I have that and I can do, and it doesn't have hard costs to it.
Yeah.
And I will first be looking at how I can plug it in and we start making money as ASAP, and then we split the profits.
Rev share deals.
You know what I mean? Rev share deals. Always. In network marketing and direct sales is just that. Now you get a product that you didn't have to create or produce. You get the system to sell it, and then you just go and execute. You sell it, and you make some commission out of it. Right? Anybody can do that.
That is golden, by the way. And I hope that someone listening to this takes what you said for what it is. Here's why. If you take affiliate marketing, network marketing, they have a lot of negative connotations. It is what it is. It's like real estate, right? You're going to get funky people in the mix, especially when the bar of entry is so low.
But where do you not get the funky people?
Anything with a high bar of entry and when you're playing at a different level. Status games, for example, zero sum.
This is so nice.
Yes.
That's why our products cost a little more. Because I don't want to deal with fucking bullshit.
Exactly. So status games I've learned are a zero sum game. And that's what I love about, so I am obsessed with economics for that reason. Because agendas and all that stuff, yes, it's a variable, but at the end of the day, what you put out is what you're going to get out of it, right?
It's true, right?
100%.
Bro, it's like, I feel, I don't know, whole my life I'm paying all the bills. Like, me and my friend An, it's like, if we are at the table, you best believe that it was paid by us. You know what I mean? Everywhere, whole life.
Yeah.
And I never even second thought about it. You know what I mean? For me, it's like, who can, that person must. Because there was a time when I was a teenager, and this is also a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
When I was a teenager, like, we would be balling, but not, like it's teenager balling. You know what I mean? You don't really have one.
Yeah.
It's like, and bro, super successful. Faisal Alagic, she's probably not gonna watch this. He's from Slovenia, but they're super, super successful, selling cars. And we became friends. And there was time when he would come pick me up, take me. We would go, not take me, like we would go together.
Yeah.
But bro, the guy would pay for everything. Because one day that costed as what I had in my pocket for that week. You know what I mean? It was impossible, right? But people did this to me too. So I constantly use people like reciprocity. This is the big thing. People don't want to do nothing anymore if they don't pay you, especially in freaking Miami. There is no favor or help that you're gonna get if it's not benefits expected, which is good. I do this too, but I do it with a good heart. Even if then we come to the point where you maybe cannot, we will still find a way to somehow do it. It's not just gonna be like, like.
So you're saying that as someone who's just like, obviously you just got here.
7 months I'm
just
here,
got
buddy.
You've been here for a few months. What's your experience been like with this new normal here?
In Miami?
Yeah, you're creating a new life for yourself here.
Yeah, like my experience as far as what?
Coming here, like you're creating a new life for yourself here.
Yeah, it's
You know,
way
what are some of your experiences been like?
It's like way different. Like people are like, I'm from Houston, so
Yeah.
it's like way different. Like people are like more, there's more like entrepreneurs, like-minded people there. I just feel like it's like not good.
Do you feel more at
There's,
home
like-
here?
I feel more home here. I feel more like safe.
You feel safer here.
Yeah, it's definitely our vibe. It's a big part of our vibe. But what I was saying today also, another one, that values. We come from fucking village and shit.
Yeah.
We got core values. I can be like that, but this is just because I'm enjoying it. My high energy, not because I would be an actual playboy. I will text many girls and I will go on dates with them, but like not just I want to fuck you and then never call you again and stuff like this. I always go in like in business. You could never see me doing one play, just like one time deal, like we're gonna make like 100 grand each here real quick in 2 days, and that's it. Like
You play for the long term.
always some system, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I think you'd definitely love Anthony. Anthony is her better half
Wow.
here, and he is focused on so that he did really well with Amazon. It's been very good to him, e-commerce space. And you just reminded me of something actually as you said that. So there's someone that sent in a question for you, and talking to him, he's someone that I gotta give props to. Here's why: he started off as a contractor. He said, "I would love to do a restaurant, but I've never done it."
Wow,
So guess what he did? He saw a problem. And he closed off his first year with 1.3 million in sales during lockdown.
Nice.
So Frank of Sassy Bird Brother, Mazel Tov, kudos, que Dios lo bendiga. So he actually was asking you, how do I 5x, he was very specific about the 5. How do I 5x my restaurant sales online? So if you were to walk into a restaurant fast casual business, you saw the problem that they're not online. What do you do?
Yeah,
What would you do?
You would put them online.
Yes, you put them online.
Yeah.
But what's something that if you were could become a partner or to invest in one, and you love the digital space.
I would definitely either have or create like a super offer.
Yeah.
Something nice and special.
Okay.
I would try to make my restaurant in a fun thing.
Yeah.
Whatever style it is, even if
Experiences.
it's Italian, we make a little fun. They can come somebody with violin a little bit and break it down a little. You know what I mean? Then.
Hold on, what was this? I like that. I'm gonna invite you to his restaurant, but seriously.
And then all of this has to go on the internet. Of course, he can put his product online and stuff like this, but he's gonna have to market it and promote it, right?
Okay, so we're basically
So marketing and promoting, then this stuff really works good with influencers, because if it's like somebody that is my vibe, is enjoying something, I'm gonna enjoy it too, Influencers this day work the best, like either this super micro, nano, a few thousand followers and pushing some product, or it's like really high ticket, and you know, like you got this guy Tom Clarin from Monaco, and he's a perfect guy that's gonna sell a yacht. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
Dude, I still remember when he started.
when you put him on a yacht, this influencer really works.
I still remember when he started, man.
Right? You
I
know the guy?
still remember. He had like 3,000 followers.
I don't
and
know him personally. Oh, it's super good.
I just did like paid shout outs for him, the group, and Jason Stone and and Steve Murr and all these guys. Wait, have you met Fado Good Life? Mr. Good Life, sorry, that's his handle.
No.
Okay, but well, I'll introduce you to the rest of the crew, but that is something that you know, Frank, obviously your question is
let's
good.
go back to the question. So
Is
influencers, bro, influencers, and
So
it's super easy. You know,
influencers.
you can like you can give them a discount. It's pretty common thing. You know,
Yeah.
you can give them a discount and they will share, or you just
So you're
send
not
them a
gonna pay them
meal
an exposure?
in a nice package. And you gotta imagine that people don't just come to your restaurant for good food, nah? You know, I'm coming there to spend my time and feel good. So whatever you can do to make me feel good.
Nice. Okay, so Frank, the answer to your question summarized.
Influencers are gonna come,
Yes.
enjoy this. They're gonna share this, and you know, people from New York are gonna be visiting your Miami restaurant. You know, when they're gonna be here because it was a recommendation, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Bro, look. Hey, the only thing that doesn't work is the thing that you don't do. Okay. Right. The only thing that doesn't work is the things that you don't do.
Yeah.
And then it's just that's it.
Speaking of focus,
Oof.
you could be anything, man. You could literally be anything. Why? Why entrepreneur? You're a good-looking guy.
To be
You'll
honest,
be a model.
you know, to be honest, because it involves other people, bro. Because it involves other people. I went into Forex because I was disappointed in business, and I went for a single reason. I'm gonna now be just me, charts, and Wi-Fi, and that's it. You know, I don't
Yeah.
have to never talk with anybody about money or
Yeah.
anything because it's like a bad topic for the world. You know, that's what I was thinking at that time, then I kind of mastered it, you know. I know I could go higher, bigger, better, faster, stronger. Of course, if I would stick in this industry and do it better. My thing was anyways mindset, always.
Yeah.
And then this led me to a great strategy and all this stuff. But the point, what were you asking?
Why entrepreneur? And you
Because
said you need people.
and why I went out of it, because I missed people. I missed the interactions with humans. You know what I mean?
You must have hated COVID.
What?
You must have hated COVID. All the lockdowns going
To
on.
be honest, I loved it. I
You
loved
loved COVID?
COVID. I loved COVID. I in COVID I overcome discipline. Meaning,
Interesting.
if you wanna try something out, this is a huge one. If you wanna try something out, you always try it full on. Never try it. Always do it, because if you never really go for it full, how will you know that you didn't just fail because you were lazy, or you could just try one more time and then you would make it? You know what I mean? But if you go full on and if you full fail, cool. Now you never touch this again. You never need it. If you make it, you start it from here and use it forever, instead of tiptoeing and never knowing what was, what wasn't, because there's always benefit of the doubt because you were not fully invested in it. You know what I mean?
I do. I know I mentioned Adlerian theory before, but you just touch on it again, because your motivation is the people, the surrounding.
The love.
Exactly.
The love.
So you do invest in your relationships.
All the
Work,
time. That's
love,
all I do.
Friends.
That's all I do. Lifestyle and relationships.
Why do you think that's so scary? Because some of the people that I'm going to be sharing this with are stuck. And yes, you can't save everybody. Not even Superman.
They are stuck because they think they can't.
Why?
Because instead of seeing what you can do, you're seeing what you cannot do. You know, like immediately when you're gonna talk with somebody that's not in the entrepreneur mindset, they're gonna give you reasons why they're not doing this, and there's all reasons why they cannot do this. You know what I mean?
True.
What this entrepreneur is gonna basically build a product and an offer out of it already, finding the things that why we can do this and which resources we already have handled, and then we have a gap. That's how we talk, right?
Yeah.
You run something by me on the coffee going up the freaking elevator. One thing you say, we already have a product, bro. You and me, we don't even notice it because it's in our mind for like that. But people put a limit to themselves. They say, I cannot do this because the most common one, I don't have the money. Bro, what are we talking about? Leverage. Leverage. You don't need the money. Money is the last thing you need. When you have money, you're lazy. Now I have money, now I don't need to work. Oh, the guy is calling me, you know what, I'll answer tomorrow because I am loaded and there's no need, nah? Complacency, bro, complacency. But it's not even about the hustle. It's really about the leverage. What you said before, oh, Luka, you know what? I make widgets, and first thing I thought, I was like, this guy is so smart. He make one little plugin and make a % out of everything that goes through it and never has to think about it ever again. While we have to be shipping, producing, creating, blah, 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 blah. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Right? So if you have nothing, then don't be looking at opening a small shop in your village because this is something that you believe you can. Because this is going to be harder to do than you finding a leverage like him, the widget that you could be learning fucking from YouTube for free. For free to learn
YouTube
coding.
University.
And then you would be creating yourself a podcast that would say, a minute of the best. And you would call up anybody and you would say, hey, I have a podcast, which is a minute of the best. And the first person I thought about was you. Would you do me an honor, great sir, and spend a minute and spend a minute with me? What's the guy gonna say? Yeah, of course, bro. I'm the best of the best. Thank you for thinking of me. I give you this minute. You know, and this can be fucking president of the United States. Now your leverage is that everybody who knows the president of the United States also now knows that you were hosting him on a minute with the best of the best. Bro, how can you be in an environment with the best of the best? You have to be the best of the best. Immediately, you're already the best. You're already the best. You're almost at the presidential level after a minute of work, of fucking leverage. Who can do this? Anybody.
What's something?
Now we have Instagram. Now we have TikTok. All this stuff. Everybody's doing too much. That's the point.
Oh shit!
Everybody's doing too much. When they say that they're gonna if they would say they open a shop, a physical shop, they would, go by themselves and try to figure everything out themselves. You know how we start all the businesses ever? How we started them? I will all do it myself, which is the biggest trick that's keeping us all small. How much can you do yourself? How great are you in how many things, my friend?
Anecdotally, I agree. I think you're 100% correct.
And so is our audience, but
I know I agree. I agree.
Like to have some fun and sleep. Why sleeping is nice?
Yeah, sleeping is nice. The guy Frank with Sassy Bird is a good example. When we first met, he struggled with delegation. He struggled with teamwork, collaboration, and then once it took us like 3 months, I think, to get him just to trust the manager. And guess what?
I feel the pain, bro. I know it. It's hard.
Why? Okay, so when I've
you have to overcome your own ego. You have to. Frank needed to overcome his own insecurities of trusting somebody else while it was even so hard to trust himself. Like, let me give you an instant company. Like a blueprint how to create a company. You know what I mean?
Please do.
So, your friend is selling something or has a product, and another guy is selling something and has a product, right? But these guys are maybe, have some of these products available to sell on more other places, and you can, use the leverage and get this for free, make an inventory, take the pictures, do everything, and then be able to sell it for your commission. And this goes for everything, this type of leverage. You see what you got in your environment and create a product out of it. That's what we do. We just create a product. What did he do? You got a private equity fund, that's what's up. But it's not an automation, so it's like, it's more current product. It's super hot for a special demographics.
Absolutely.
And just by calling it automation, it's different. And everybody's buying into it right now. You know what I mean? But you can cut it out, but it's true, right?
absolutely.
That's what
Yeah,
we
no.
do. That's what we do with our shops. It's the
It's
same.
just laid back conversation. Absolutely.
Yeah, with our shops is the same. You know, so everybody can literally do it because they have something. You know, maybe they're living on a farm and they have fucking hay. You know, I know that the other farmers and the regular way of selling this hay is you take it there and they take it every Saturday and then you can make this small money, which is not even good enough, so you feed your cows with it. That's one way of using your product, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you can create another product out of your product. You can say romantic picnic on the beach in Miami, laying on the hay with homemade sausages, bro. Put it there, make a picture, put it on Instagram, and just go around the freaking shopping mall and find the best looking guys and the best looking girls and go, hey, sorry, you know this? Have you ever had a date like this? And the girls and the guys are gonna be like, oh my God, this is the best, I love it, love it, love it, love it, right?
You know what's funny?
They don't need money for this. They can fucking take the grass.
You just know somebody's
Bro.
gonna hear you say that. Be like, oh my God, of course it sounds easy to him.
Of course it sounds easy to me. I'm a little bit more confident right now. If you want to build your self-confidence, Elevate 32 is the program for it. You know, when I started few years back, I was doing this Elevate challenge. So all of my forex traders ever learn from me, they go through a 1 month long commitment, you know, like an Elevate program, and they need to do certain things, and they like work out twice a day. They need to
So if I come work for you, I gotta
meditate
start
in the
doing
morning, in the
push-ups?
evening, stuff like this. But it's keeping them accountable, you know, keeping
Yeah.
them accountable. And just by 1 month of accountability, not skipping nothing, not fucking it up, really being there, showing up for yourself, like, you know, like they say, just doing what you said that you're gonna do. But it's not really like so many outside influences to it. You know, it's stuff that you can really do yourself, and you nobody can fuck it up for you just by you fucking it up for you. So then when you really do what you say that you're gonna do for a month, you know, 21 days to develop a habit and a lifestyle and ta-da-da, you now, you know, trust yourself on another level.
Yeah.
And when you trust yourself on another level, now you're here and you're looking at a business move that it's here. It seems impossible, but imagine how this business move would seem to you if you would be up here with your confidence. In this day and age, my friends, nobody takes $2-3 million and has it in a bag and puts it down. You know what I mean? Like, it's all just transactional, leverage, left and right. You know, nobody's sitting on cash like people without money are thinking that everybody's sitting on cash, piles of cash. Everybody's just leveraging.
True.
Leveraging. And even if they have 3 million of cash, they're gonna leverage it, borrow against it, because it, you know, or do something, right? They're never gonna be throwing straight cash into it, and it's good business practice. Or using other people's money, it's good business practice. It's next level business making. So you don't have to go through the struggles of being an employee in order to be the boss. Just go straight to the boss.
Is there a recent project you've worked on where you've seen not just this working, but that maybe you even changed someone's mind in the process?
Oh, my Shopify automation.
Tell me about it.
Yeah, it even changed my mind, you know. I wanted to go into Amazon and Walmart and stuff, but it didn't have my, you know, it didn't attract me so much. And then Shopify automation, and I just, you know, I took your business model from Amazon, the way it works already, and it's a pretty hot market for it, and it's getting harder and harder, you know, and just put it on a new platform, have people employed with good results, you know, that it works, and just.
How has it changed your mind in terms of like when
it
you
changed
first
my
started?
mind that I started leveraging more, you know, because I was always all my life I was first leveraging my skills and my time, then just my skills, then I was leveraging my skills instead of my time. You know what I mean? But then I went back into coaching myself, you know, and I was spending 6 to 8 hours a day coaching forex traders in their mindset and stuff like this. And trust me, bro, it's amazing. I love it. Mostly I did it for passion because, you know, it made $1 million clean in a year. It's not like something that would now really make you spend 8 hours a day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Maybe for a start it's great. Don't get me wrong. It's amazing. But like, is it something that you would, you know, if you can advance, you would probably want to spend less time for more money, right?
Absolutely. I've learned the less you work, the more you get paid.
And yes, exactly, exactly. Because hustler industry got it really wrong, you know. Like, yes, you have to work. Yes, you have to move stuff. Of course, you can not just sit. But to be honest, you know, I'm doing some very spiritual stuff and Kabbalistic magic and stuff like this.
Really?
Yes, and it's all.
Medabere ivrit.
Huh?
Medabere ivrit.
This I don't know. I don't speak the language probably.
Ivrit, Hebrew.
Hebrew,
Kabbalah.
No, yeah, Kabbalah. This,
Kabbalah,
yeah,
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 yeah.
yeah. The guy speaks to me in English.
Oh, okay.
But then he reads the poems and stuff
Gotcha.
like this. We do it, yeah. And it's just discovering, like, the whole life is a journey of discovering that we are already enough, you know.
Mhm.
And when you discover that you are already enough, that's when you pass away from your body and you become the eternal being, everything. And you can experience a piece of this because it's hard now to believe me and everything, but probably you feel that there is something to it, you know, that is not bullshit like you see on TV. But you can experience this with psychedelics, you know, like DMT, mushrooms, stuff like this, and just don't take it in a party. Really go somewhere where it's more like a retreat style, and just that day spent with that shaman or something like
Treat it with
this.
the respect.
Treat it with the respect, because it's good for fun. It's great. Joy and love is everything. Eh? But if you can, it's different avenues of the medicine that you can figure out when you take it properly, right?
Absolutely.
And this then gives you next level of trust, because now I trust and believe and understand that really this is my creation. Really this environment is not here to hurt me. Really this is all, even if something fails, it's done for the next win and stuff like this. Forex was a great lesson to deal with losses.
Yeah.
Yeah, because before I was a sore loser, but not like that I would be like, but I would like, I wouldn't feel the feeling, but bro, this is the worst, you know, because you put it down and then it's create a subconscious mechanism of coping with it,
Yeah.
which makes you deal with the world in a weird way. You know what I mean? Not as your higher self, as your best self. Not that it's super bad, but it's like it's not your high peak performance, nah? Because if you feel that somebody's trying to offend you instead of help you, makes a big difference in the world, right?
Is there a book that you've
Oof.
enjoyed? Actually, you just reminded me of one right now. So it's a book by Danny Gregory, and it's called "Shut Your Monkey: How to Control Your Inner Critic and Get More Done." To his point, if you haven't read the book, I highly suggest you at least check it out. I've got mine on Kindle, but it touches on a lot of what he's talking about. Like, for example, creative people notice more, they think more, and they're more comfortable with their imaginations. And a lot of the stuff that he's saying, I mean, I've been, yeah, he's making money as we're talking. As you're talking, I already know the rebuttals that I've heard from people. You know, oh, of course it sounds easy. Oh my God, whatever. But yeah, long story short, the perfect practice makes perfect. And I'm going to wrap up with that, and I'll close off with this. Something that I highly suggest that you take away from Luka's experience is that it is okay to fuck up. It's okay to fail. In fact, failure is a great friend. Another
Of course,
thing,
it's a building block. Now you have yes and you have
Absolutely.
no. So without the no, there is no yes.
Yeah.
Yes and no, need to coexist. And
Balance.
in the no, you just need to be okay with it. You know, not be a little crybaby. And in the yes, just super enjoy it. And then this enjoyment goes also to the no. And now I also enjoy the no's. You know.
Absolutely. And the topic that we started with was creating your new normal. We've all made adjustments along these years, really. Remember when they said it was going to be like 2-3 weeks lockdown?
I was so cool, bro. It was so cool. I loved it. It was the best period of my life.
When lockdown did have its pros. So, all right. So as we wrap up, thank you so much for listening. We took you through a wild ride of successes, pain points, and some really outlandish ideas that are crazy enough to work. Now, one of the cool things of this conversation that I wanted to focus on, and I hope that you can take with you after this conversation, is confidence is a great idea and a buzzword, really. But most importantly is confidence is a result of practice. So it's okay to feel a little afraid of it. If anything, the fact that you're afraid of it is, at least in my experience, your creative brain working. So imagine all the bad things that can happen. Imagine all the failures, the hiccups, the bankruptcies, if you want. but challenge yourself to throw in there a little bit of what if it works. So one question that I posed to our team here, as well as Luka, was, it's 18 months later, your idea, you're running with it. What does it look like at the end? Describe it. What are you doing? What are you feeling? Hell, what are you wearing? Which then leads into the second part that I'd love to summarize from Luka's experience and the lessons that he shared here today, which is leverage. So leverage sometimes can be seen negatively. But what if it was a win-win? What if it worked positively? Which then leads to the last part of this conversation. As you're creating your new normal, you're going to definitely have to practice on your confidence. I say this anecdotally and from personal experience because I was abysmally shy as a kid. And it wasn't until I put myself in stage theater, because I really, really had a crush on this girl, and I wanted to work up the courage to talk to her, that I put myself in stage theater and I got over it. Maybe not the best approach, but it worked. I then learned how to apply leverage by learning sales, and something that's Luka went over in depth, which was you're constantly selling something. Me asking you to listen to this, me asking you to find us on Instagram or Luka on Instagram, that's a sales thing. You meeting somebody and getting to know them and forming a friendship, also selling yourself. As a leader in theory, and I mentioned this numerous times already, when you focus on your interpersonal relationships and how you show up, that is you selling yourself. So again, your perspective of sales might be skewed. Maybe it's time to revisit that. And then last but not least, when you combine those together, you're able to craft your new normal. This has been Active Minds. I'm Catriel C. Sarfati. Thank you so much for watching and listening. See you in the next one.
So guys, as we're wrapping up, we want to remind you that we have our membership program now available on activemindsclub.com.
activemindsclub.com. Grab yourself a seat. See you there.